So just kind of before we jump in,
Mhm.
do you have any questions or concerns or anything like that?
No, man, I guess just critique me as hard as you can to make me better.
Okay, all right, sweet. If I am kind of speaking a little bit too much, or you want me to kind of touch on something a little bit more, just let me
Okay.
know. Don't be afraid to interrupt me.
All right. And like there was a couple times where like I know like I made a call out. Like I think on this round I know like what call out I made. Like do you want me to say like what I said? Like what I or like what I
Sure.
can remember?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Yeah, we thought we were
Oh
canceling
god,
right here, but
that sucks because you.
so I was just kind of memeing.
No, he returned at the last second. Fuck.
Dude, what just happened?
That's such bullshit.
Bro. Get the fuck out of here, Leslie. Dude, now we're fucked.
Leslie, leave. We're playing against hackers. Please
So what are you trying to do here? What's your your objective?
I don't know. I honestly thought we were canceling, and then that dude literally came back at like the last millisecond
Okay,
possible. So I was like, oh, okay. So like, honestly, in my head at this point, I'm just like, all right, this round's like chalked. Like I don't really see us like. I mean, like we could win it, but I was just like, all right, bro, like whatever. Like I'm just kind of annoyed at this point because I thought we were gonna cancel.
sure.
Yeah.
Always try to have a plan set in stone though, because
Yeah.
like now what you've done is you've created this false promise for yourself where you thought that the game was going to be canceled, and now when I ask you something like this and you don't know, right, like
Yeah.
you're you just created this false promise which resulted in you not having a plan set in your mind where to figure out what you want to do, right? So
Yeah.
always make sure that you have something something set in stone, even if they are canceling or whatever it is, if someone's
Be quiet,
cheating,
bro.
because those repetitions help. By the way,
All right.
you can jump off or land on here, like right around there,
Okay.
and
All
you
right.
won't take any damage, so you don't have to repel.
All right. Cool. I did not know that.
Where they at?
Fuck.
They're gonna fuck us over for the game.
You're gonna fuck us, dude. Please, bro, please.
Where they at? Upstairs now.
Doesn't matter, it already cancels off.
You're level 150.
Fuck you, leave
it doesn't
now,
matter.
bro.
You played too much of the game already.
My
You're
sound
gonna
is
kick
off.
it every round. Please, bro.
There we go. Other basement.
You're just gonna disconnect.
Not basement.
Again.
Jesus
Come
Christ.
on.
Instead of driving your drone this way, just take it freezer. It'll be much faster.
Oh yeah. Then I
Because
could just go up the white stairs, right?
yeah, also keep in mind, like, what are the chances that what am I trying to say here? What are the chances that a defender is going to be in the basement versus the middle floor? Like they're going to be at like closer to the bomb site, right? Like the chances
Yeah.
of them being there, so you're increasing the chances of your drone being shot here. So keep that in mind.
Who's gonna leave?
Too late.
I think it's right here. Like I noticed. Like I tell my team, like, yo, big window's free. I'm just gonna hop in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like literally what I thought. That's why I like kind of rushed in there. Like smoke it off.
Should re-drone, yeah. Make sure that nobody's peeking your kid holes here, and make sure that no one is generator either. Okay, so this is something you never want to do. When you're going to smoke an area, you need to be smoking off the enemy and not smoking off yourself, because now what you've done is you've created this concealment for yourself unintentionally, which if someone is holding the window jump in, they're gonna see you emerge out of the smoke before you see them, and you're able to take the gunfight, right?
So I should probably throw like in front of like that bunk bed in front of the holes. In is what you're saying.
Yeah, or put it in front of the head holes, or throw it in between like the little bunk stacks, I guess you could call it, like that, that wide angle where you can see like generator and like the top white swing and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
that
Okay.
angle in between. But always keep in mind to to smoke up the enemy and not yourself. Also, you probably could have burned a drone on that window, because you are Jackal, so you don't really. I mean, I don't want to say you don't need the drones, but you still have that crutch or that reliability of your Jackal scanner.
Bro, chill out.
See, like, you're hearing someone in kids, you don't need to worry about this guy. That was a nice shot there, though. Like, all you need to worry about is the cross, right? Because they don't have a rotate on you. So your immediate threat, unless you hear a nitro rip, or you get smoked out, then you need to worry about that guy, kids. But, you know, there's no rotate there, so, you know, if you don't hear, like, the aruni start punching the wall, whatever it is, right? Nonetheless, there's no rotate, so they have no direct threat towards you, unless you hear a nitro rip or you get smoked out from a smoke or something like that, right? Because you're going back and forth, leaving and coming out of this angle here, like peeking the kids corner here, the trophy door. They can also swing kids door. So these are your three primary worries, and even, you know, top white stairs as well, like gen rotate and also the swing here. These should be your most important angles, because this is where your direct threat is, right? And also the defender's primary rotation ability, or these areas that I marked are much more rotatable than the head holes on kids, just because there's no rotate there, right? Yeah. So keep that in mind until, you know, you get solid information of where everyone is. You should be worried about the angles that give you the most amount of threat. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay.
So I should just watch the angles, like, where there could be more traffic than just worrying about where the one guy is.
Yeah.
Like, who I knew was there.
Who the fuck is Justin?
Yeah, like, you know that guy's there as well. That's also a really good point.
You don't know?
And also, I mean, I've already said it multiple times, but, you know, he doesn't show any threat towards you. Unless he goes kid's door.
You're really so quiet, you could, like, shrink the top of your lungs, and I'd barely hear it.
Really?
I swear to God, you could try it right now. I wouldn't even be
You're
phased.
so cap. You're so cap.
He was lying his ass off, bro.
Do it, dude. I swear to God, you're so quiet for me. I'm not even.
Dude, if I do that, I'm gonna break my mic.
Okay.
Now you're even quieter.
This is the embodiment of a gold lobby.
Voice chat.
Yeah, my buddies are gold. I'm like silver 2 now. I lost.
What wall are you getting?
So roll back. What silver 1?
Take it.
I forgot to go over this. Give me some context towards this game. Like, is this like a duo queue, 3-stack?
Okay, so I'm a 3-stack with I don't know if you saw, it was like side effects and like Pix is his name, like TikTok kid. Yeah.
And are you communicating in game at all? Because I'm not seeing your name pop up.
So no, my mic doesn't work in game. I don't know why. Like ever since
yeah.
Like, things like Shadow Legacy.
Yeah,
It stopped working.
That's been a bug in the game for years now.
Yeah, top tower.
Okay.
He's so bad.
T1 now.
So you're trying to take T3 down, I'm assuming?
I think so.
Down to T1?
Yeah. Or I think we knew someone was in tower. I don't remember.
Where is he in tower? Or do you just know that somebody is in tower?
Oh, he might have been T2 again, then they made a rotate in the attic. Yeah, I remember this now. He was T3, but then he hopped down.
Okay, so so before you even see Oryx, you know this is an Oryx, right?
Yeah.
Just based off the hole? Okay, I just want to make sure.
I heard the stomping.
Okay. So that's an important thing to note. So, especially to your teammates, so start calling out that, hey, they have an Oryx.
Okay.
And then worry about the hatches, right? Because that's one of Oryx's primary purposes or pieces of, not utility, but just something that he can use to his advantage.
Left eye, dude.
Bruh.
You let that happen. Watch stairs. Be careful.
No, I didn't.
The Oryx left. You don't need to be quick peeking that.
In the hallway.
Right, the Oryx left.
I didn't know that he left though. So.
Yeah, you do though, because you Jackal scanned him, no?
Oh, I guess I just like didn't. No, I got Vigil with the Jackal scan.
Watch stairs.
Oh, did you?
Left eye,
Yeah.
dude.
At least I thought.
Oh,
I did.
okay, yeah, that's my mistake then. Sorry.
You let that happen. Watch stairs. Be careful.
No, I didn't.
But I mean, you do see the hatch open here as well. That's why I kind of went over this because
Okay, all right.
you
Yeah,
see you
I-
see the hatch open. So even if you don't jackal scan, also you see the hatch open. I'm not saying that attic is clear now, but you see the hatch open, which would probably indicate that he left. I'm not saying that he did, but it's just an indication or a possibility that he did leave. And then obviously you can scan again here as well. You're using your scans really well, which is nice, especially for roamers. It's
Bro,
just free information for the most part. Alright, so there's also a Legion here. Is there not?
I gotta rotate.
Yeah, the map just died to a Legion. Oh no, he died to Oryx rather, sorry, T5.
Just rotate, bro.
Me failing to quick peek.
If you go stairs, you can kill him pillar. It's gonna be looking at you.
Picked what I just shouldn't have. Right there, I think.
Yeah, this is a super tricky angle to hold or like peek, because the thing about peeking this angle is you have to commit to it. Because if you keep strafing back and forth, like if we watch here, like you peek there and then you're also exposing yourself to this angle still, but by a little bit. So you haven't completely crossed this angle and you're still exposing yourself to the left side of pillar swing and also E-box swing as well. So if you're going to try to peek this, try to peek it with information as well as commitment. Commit to the angle and to the swing. Because you don't want to expose yourself to 3 different angles, right? It's always good to keep in mind to try to minimize as many angles as you're exposed to. So if you want to peek this guy pillar, wide swing. Or something like that, because now if you do wide swing to the right all the way, now you're only exposing yourself to the left side pillar swing and the E-box swing as well. And then, you know, this guy can always push up out of pillar and then swing close here. That's always an option, but it's going to take longer than, you know, having direct access to these 3 angles, right? This guy can peek both side pillars, and then also, you know, you can have someone E-box as well. Or what you can do here as well is just hold an angle or kind of
pillar. It's gonna be looking at you.
Yeah, see, you like, I don't know, it's tricky. Because, like, you somewhat committed, then you saw him, and then you try to strafe back, which sucks. But, or just hold an angle, so that way you're minimizing as much as you can. Because if we go back here a little bit, when you peek, this angle is the only real angle that you're exposed to. Like, they can see you from about here all the way to here if they do swing out. So they can swing up pillar, or hold an angle from the cross. And you ultimately peeked into this guy. There. So it's a tricky spot to play.
That's alright.
I played it a lot. A big thing with playing that spot though is kind of using your drone for info. Like you can put your drone on the railing, and it makes it really hard for the defenders to see, and then you can still see all of the bottom of the stairs as well as pillar.
Okay.
Dude, I hate no math. Fuck no math. I have to get up at 6 a.m. bitches.
Are you comfortable playing Maverick?
I actually love playing Mav in this map, but in just my opinion, when like Jackal's up and like in any like ranked game, I feel like you should take him. But like I can't like. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean it's okay to have your own opinion, and I'm not disagreeing with you. But there is a but to this. Jackal, especially in your rank, is going to become a crutch just because people don't understand the basics of setting up and watching flank drones, right?
Yes,
so
exactly.
It becomes a heavy crutch, and the reason I'm bringing this up for Jackal in specific is because I don't want you to create this habit of always relying on Jackal while you rank up. Because there's going to be instances where Jackal's banned, or he's not viable on the map, or what you guys are trying to do, and now what are you gonna do, right? You've had 100 or tens of hours, 100, whatever it is, right? You have all these hours on Jackal. He's banned. He's taken away from you. Whatever it is, he is no longer able to be played to the benefit of the team, and it's going to have less of a benefit if you do bring him, especially when you
Okay.
start ranking up, because
just-
yep. What's up?
Just play. I was to say just keep playing Mav. 'Cause I used to play Mav like all the time on Oregon, but
I mean, yeah, like
and if Jackal was banned, I would have played him.
if
But-
you're in a 3-stack, use advantage of this. Take advantage of it, because the thing about 3-stacks is it's kind of that it's the beginning of team play in this game. It's still the bare minimum in my opinion. I think a 3-stack is a great start for people who haven't really played with teammates before, but you know, with 3-stacks you get majority vote on bomb sites, on defense. You also get you know, you can pick 3 really important and influential operators as well, which is a huge benefit for the team on attack and defense. So you can bring like a on defense, you can bring like an intel op, like a smoke or a shotgun, and like a Jaeger or my. You know, you have the intel, you have the shotgun for rotates and stuff like that, and you also have the burn utility, right? So that's always a good thing as well. And on attack, you can bring the hard breacher, the you know, whatever it is, right? Just really influential operators that have a great benefit for your team, even though you're not actually playing with your team as much. You're not playing with your randoms as much as you are with your teammates that you're queued with, right? So take advantage of this, because the chances of the enemy team having 3 or more people in a stack or queued together is going to be pretty low, especially given the fact of your elo, because a lot of lower elo players don't really have people to play with. I mean, I'm not saying it won't happen, but the chances are definitely lower than higher elo. And also, you know, if you start incorporating team play, even if they're in a 5-stack and you're in a 3-stack, even lower elo players, if they're truly at that elo and not smurfing or whatever it is, they're going to still lack simple team play. And if you can still take advantage of the fact that it's you and 2 other teammates that are queued together, and you guys are communicating properly and kind of playing off of each other and bouncing off of each other efficiently and effectively, then, you know, it'll still trump the 5-stack, even though they have more numbers, just because you're taking more advantage of the fact that you and your teammates are
working together.
Yeah, working together, playing together and stuff like that, right? So take advantage of this. Even if your teammates don't take the game as serious as you do, I don't know if they do, but if they don't, then find new people to play with. This is a huge thing that a lot of people struggle with, because they feel this obligation to still play with these people. You don't. There have been tens of people who I played with years ago, and I've never talked to them ever again. It's just the way of the game. You know, you might have a couple close people that you rank up with and really get along well with, and ultimately one day, you know, it's going to be the last day that you guys play together. And yeah, it's sad or whatever it is, but I'm not saying use your teammates, but put them into your advantage of ranking up and getting better. Even if you guys don't play again ever again, and you know, you guys climbed a whole rank bracket from silver to plat 3 or whatever it is, right? Or gold to plat 3. Even then, you're still getting the practice of team play and stuff like that, and then you'll find new teammates. But you know, if they don't take the game as serious as you do, and obviously you do take it serious because you're sitting here willing to have a coaching session and pay for it, then it shows, or it should show to yourself, that you do take it seriously. So you know, if you don't feel what's up?
I was gonna say, like, yeah, like, I going back to like the flank drone things, like, I always just like say like, yo, can we just like set up like some flank drones? Like, it's not that hard to like put something underneath a desk that they're not gonna break, like they're not gonna, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like simple things like that. Like sometimes like they don't do that, and it's just like, dude, like, you have a Twitch drone, like, why are you driving it straight into sight? And like I get so angry because like they're higher than me, and like I'm not trying to say like, oh, stats are everything in this game, but like if like when I accidentally pulled up my stats, like when I went to the top of tower and whatnot, like I'm like better than them in like every category and like stuff, and I'm just like, how are you guys better than me and like ranked higher? And like it gets so like frustrating.
It's
And,
not
like,
it's not that they're better than you. It's just that they have a higher rank than you. Did you
Yeah.
watch my why your rank doesn't matter video?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I think I fell asleep because it was like 1 a.m.
Okay.
when I was watching.
Well,
But yeah,
go
watched
watch
some of it.
go watch that video, and if you listen to it and consider it, it'll change your perspective. Just because someone has a higher rank than you does not mean that they're better than you.
Yeah.
There is very little coordination, or sorry, correlation there. So even though someone has better stats than you or a higher rank, doesn't always mean that they're better than you on
Yeah.
paper.
God, Les, now.
But does that all make sense about kind of your
For
teammates
sure,
and
no,
stuff like
keep
that?
Oh yeah, no, like exactly. I
Do
don't
you-
know. I guess you just get on them more, but like, dude, just like set up like a flank
I'd
drone.
try.
It's not that hard.
Well, even if you get on them, you know,
Yeah.
if you're getting angry, that shows that you have emotion into it, and they should be picking up on that. They should be seeing that
Yeah.
you're getting frustrated,
Frustrated.
and if they're still, it's a choice, right?
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
choice for them to listen and do these basic things, and if they don't, then they're ultimately a waste of your time. I'm just gonna put it that way.
Yeah.
They have to find it in themselves to want to take the game seriously and do these basic things. Right?
Yeah, it's just hard, man, to find because like I can't talk to people in game now for some stupid reason, so it's hard for me to communicate with people now. Because I found these guys like being before my mic got bugged and stuff like that. So
that definitely does put puts much more of a challenge on finding teammates. But you know, it works in Discord fine, right?
oh yeah, it works fine in Discord.
Okay, well then, you know, there's plenty of Discords out there where you can find teammates or
Yeah.
people to queue with. Or even talking in text chat, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of different ways to find teammates. And yes, it does make it more of a challenge, but at the end of the day, your mic not working is an excuse.
Yeah.
To not
Yeah,
finding
so go AFK.
teammates. If you want to find better teammates, you will find a way to find them. Doesn't matter how long it will take time. Trust me, I've been there before. I played this game when I first started playing for almost 2 years with only me and my friend. It was only us ever playing.
Definitely gonna go AFK, bro.
And then over time we found people and networked through those people, found better people. I got invited to better stacks, we both did, and then it just over time, right?
Then the guy leaves, like, the fuck? He's like, I'm not gonna risk my game, bro. I'm not gonna leave.
Make sure I get fried from
He
tower
went
here.
abandoned, but he still left the
T3?
game. What the fuck?
Yeah, I see it. Do I see it? Oh,
What are you doing there, bro? Objective's up here.
where did you die from? T3, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, I saw it. Okay, so here, same thing. If you go to the left here, you can drop down without taking any damage.
Okay.
But you know, like this here, it sucks. It happens. Even pro league players, Pengu dies to stuff like this, right? It's just something that you're not accounting for in the
What are you
round.
doing there, bro?
But you know, stuff like this, it shouldn't take much more thought than you know, just saying like, I'm not gonna die to this again, right? Like this should pretty much be burned into your memory of I'm not dying
I
to
do
that.
die to it again though. I'm just letting you know right now.
In
I
this-
got
in
very
this-
heated.
In this video?
game, yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's make sure that you understand that stuff like that should never happen again, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like ever. You know, if you got an average memory, you should remember stuff like this. Where,
Yeah.
if you die to some bullshit like that, then
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't die from like trying to rappel down the big window. I had to, like it was very angry when I died to it, but yeah. Continue.
And they're... Hi, Leslie.
Play it real smart, dude.
you need to be getting on
so-
cams here. Did you get on cams at all? Actually, hold on. Let me make sure.
I don't
before
even think
go
there
into
was cams when we did this because we all just died. I'm pretty sure they're all
bro.
all gone.
Objective's up here.
Oh no, maybe there was one.
that. I think it was like 3. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, three.
So I
Yeah.
mean, even still, like, you know, from the moment of now until it becomes a 1v1, I'm sure there's another drone on the map somewhere. So even checking the cams is much better than you not getting on cams at all. Right? So make sure that you build this habit. Because even though it comes down to a 1v5 and it seems like the round or the game is lost, or sorry, the round rather, you know, it's Siege, right? Like,
Yeah.
This guy, all 5 defenders could run out and he kills all 5. Like I've seen situations like this where it seems like the most unwinnable situation, and somehow my teammate wins it or the enemy wins it. It's just how it happens.
Joining back.
Still going to 3.
But I'm not gonna waste your time with this. I'm just gonna skip over that.
Peeks. Hold short ankles.
I'm not going for bomb peaks.
What are you doing? Hold the short ankles. No peeking. No peeking.
First step, I died or something stupid. Because I thought we were going to cancel, and like he comes like last second, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And then the second time, I died because... Not that. Forgot what I died to.
Hey, Smoke, are you gonna be playing right here? So it's set up where AD is for you.
Yeah, I can barely hear him.
Yes, pushing, what?
Bump this bar back a little bit.
Like behind a hatch, you think?
Like this concrete part here, this section.
Okay.
Because you know, if you put it here, and the hatch gets open, then they're forced to walk through it. But if you push it up like you did here, one, they can kind of, you know, melee it from cover, or at least more cover than it being behind you, and much harder to melee from safety. And also, they can probably slip past the right side here a little bit, kind of only get slowed down a little bit less.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
It's always important with barbed wire to find choke points on the map. It's very important, because that'll like instantly maximize how efficient it is, just because of, you know, the option of the fact that the attacker won't be able to walk past it or kind of skim through it. They're forced to walk the full distance and trigger, or yeah, walk the full distance through the barbed wire.
Okay.
Also here, if you're not gonna do anything during the round, there's no point in all in going prone here and holding an angle on the window, right? Unless they have a fucking Amaru come through the window. That's the only real time like where you should be expecting that, but the chances of that are really low. So get on default cams. Really important and good habit to break create. Because it'll help you understand of where the attackers are going to be coming from first.
We should board that up.
Die
there, pig.
Also, did you go around and shoot the glass out of the windows?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, well, make sure that you kind of babysit your teammates, because even I could be playing with someone who's champ #1 and they'll forget or just not do it. I don't know why, but people seem to not be able to remember to shoot glass out of windows, and I have to go around and do it every single time. And you know why you shoot glass out of windows, right? You understand the...
Yeah, it doesn't, like you can hear it like repels better and stuff.
Yeah, yes. Sound propagates much more and clearer and louder. So just make sure you fall into this habit on maps like Cafe as well, Oregon. Just maps where breaking the glass, where a lot of the times, especially in Oregon, someone might go and kids will repel fast, wallbang top white, get a free kill, or gen window as well, right? I'm sure you've seen it where an attacker gets on gen window fast, or even you've done it and just spam the window and you get a kill off of it, right? So just to make sure that you kind of minimize that happening, just break the glass in the windows, so that way that sound propagates a little bit more, so that, you know, you don't get caught off guard and get window banged or something like that. Like, see, even this rook armor there, right? Like, that smoke could have died. We're already... When he was picking up that armor, we were 45 seconds into the round. Someone could already be there and then just shoot, kill the smoke. Just simple stuff like that, really. Like, really can really, have a difference in a round. Just because that's one kill that shouldn't have happened, that your team died. Your teammate died too.
They just got a hatch, not attic. Now they're getting attic.
You hear the sledge below, yeah. You're really focused on this window, so you don't need to be focused on it at all, right? Because you still have the barricade intact. So they have to melee it at least twice in order to open it. Or sorry, jump through, right?
Yeah.
And you also have the Aruni trap on top of that. So you have 2 audio cues for you not to worry about this. Until you hear that barricade break and that Aruni trap activate or get disabled, that's when you need to worry about it. Because that means now utility can come through or drones can come through, because, you know, if the Aruni trap is still up, they can't drone through, and they can't use utility through it, right? So make sure that you're paying attention to that. Your focus should be in other areas of the map that are much more important, like White Stairs or Trophy, for that matter, because they haven't opened Gen Wall, they haven't opened Big Window, they haven't opened Attic, or else you would hear the Rook taking gunfights much more active. So make sure that you keep in mind where the attackers are going to come from the most, and pay attention to what access points the attackers have to the bomb site. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So until, you know, whenever you start on a bomb site as a defender, there's always going to be the same amount of access points. But when you have windows and barricades, those access points get disabled, or they're not able to be used until those barricades are gone and they can jump through or they open a breach, right? So until they open a wall, attic, or generator, worry about Trophy, White Stairs. That's the only 2 things you need to worry about. Do you have any questions so far, though?
Okay, no. Just taking it all in right now.
All right. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask anything.
No cams.
Alright.
Dick, watch that. Yeah, just in case.
Should you open up that hatch? Because that dude was like, I don't know, you could probably hear it, but he was like whining to me to like open up that hatch. I usually don't like having that hatch open for that reason, for why he died, but...
Last
Someone
one.
wasted a nade, so we're good.
Yeah, you can open it.
Right here.
But if your objective is to hold the dining door, you can just make a hole in the floor and do it. Also, here, to get up on top of the dresser, you need to get rid of this as well. So you already destroyed the bear and you got rid of the book stack here. But you need to go like in this corner over here, in between this little thing, and then the shelf as well. And then look somewhere right around here, and then you'll get the vault prompt. It's pretty easy to do.
I was watching King George, and he said if you just like spam your movement and like aiming, he said like you can vault onto anything. So I was trying to do that right there.
Well, you can't vault onto anything, but
Could be on the board
if
side.
there are vault prompts, some are more tricky than others. That one's pretty easy to do, though.
Okay.
Stay still. Jesus Christ.
That was trophy door. That you know that, right? In this moment, you know that was trophy door.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so, well, it shouldn't be a think so. It should be a know so, right? Because
Yeah.
you have 3 Aruni traps total, right?
Yeah.
One is here, one is big window, and then you put 1 trophy door. That's a process of elimination. Even though you're not getting direct information, if you just think back a little bit during the round in your memory, it instantly tells you where they're at. Also, you know, 2 other things here. One, you're looking into attic for no reason at all. The rook would not be exposing himself to the trophy, or sorry, attic. Like there, you're looking into attic for no reason. What you should be doing here is sitting here, you know, and looking White Stairs, or playing big window side, and then trying to get an angle to trophy door. Because if you play on the kids door and you want to peek trophy door, you know, you're going to expose yourself to top White Stairs. And, you know, an attacker might walk up white and then shoot you while you're playing kids door. So that's why I say go play big window. Same thing about, same thing applies here when I was talking about, you know, you playing Jackal and swinging T1 stairs, right? You want to eliminate as many angles as you're exposed to at all times on attack and defense. Because that'll minimize the probability of you dying from something that you aren't holding an angle onto, right?
Right.
Also, you know, just to kind of touch on it again, the rook would not be looking through the attic door unless he knew that his attic was clear, right? You know that now. Also, when you are walking around and kind of quick peeking and stuff like that, be ADS. Even if you have a super fast ADS speed on like this gun, for example, is a pretty fast ADS speed, right? Even though you have a really fast ADS speed compared to other things, if you're going to peek into someone else's angle, you want to, or just in general, you want to minimize the amount of steps it takes you from point A to point C of you winning the gunfight. And what you're doing is you're adding point or the extra step B in between A and C to, you know, get to that step of being able to take the gunfight. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
You're adding more steps unintentionally, just because you're not ADS'd. So make sure that you're ADS at all times, and even a step further, make sure that you're aiming for head height. And one last little thing, you don't need to be, quick peeking there, so to speak, because, or sorry, no. What I want to say here is the only time you should be quick peeking or peeking unads'd is when you don't have 100% accurate information on the enemy. So, you know, I'm sure it's happened to you where you get like your gun blocks an enemy and then you die to someone you didn't even see, even though you're ADS'd.
90% of the time, so I die too.
Okay, well,
So
exactly. Well, that's another thing though, is because you're not going off of the information that you're given. So there, like when you quick peek the kid's door to peek trophy, you should be ADS'd, one, and the reason as to why you know that they're there is because they haven't opened gen wall, and you're not peeking white because you're peeking trophy, right? You can only peek one angle at a time. So there's no reason for you to be un-ADS on top of that, because you have all of the information you need. So react, if you're going to peek something, peek it ADS. Because as I just said, the only time you really shouldn't peek something ADS is when you don't know where someone is and you're afraid that they might be holding an angle where your optic or your gun might block it. Just to give you a better field of view and better vision through your or from your perspective.
Coming in the right there.
Got
Right
it,
there,
got it,
bro.
got it.
Something dumb right here.
Wait, did they have attic open?
No, maybe they did.
They did.
Is he talking?
I should have just held it.
Okay, well,
and waited for him.
ignore everything I said about the rook playing attic and everything, because that guy's a fucking idiot. I probably should have considered that in my thought process of him just willingly peeking the trophy door. Yeah, that guy's dumb. Okay, never mind. Okay, well, don't ignore everything I said. So you know how when you look through the rotate into attic?
Yeah.
You still don't need to do that until the rook leaves, because you're not baiting the rook, but if they do take attic, or if they are taking attic, it should be the rook's what's the word I'm looking for? Responsibility. It should be the rook's responsibility to hold that. So then you hold trophy door. You know, you can even tell your teammates to communicate to you in game. Just say, "Hey, rook, hold attic," and then they just relay it. But nonetheless, if the rook is still playing attic, he's going to die first, right? The ace is going to shoot him in the back, and then you worry about attic, right?
Okay.
Because even though, yeah, I mean, you know, I pretty much said everything I need to say. But yeah, that rook is a fucking dumbass. Was that one of your teammates?
Yeah, it's I'm with the side effect guy and Pix.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Protect the bombs.
Whenever you're playing a trap operator, always work exterior to interior. Because now what you've done is you've given all of this map control without any information to the attackers, right? You've given all the way from your goo that you just placed upstairs. All of that is now the attacker's real estate with no in terms of no information on them. Instead, if you place it up towards the top of the stairs, then you're going to be notified sooner. Again, you know, going back to what I've been saying, minimizing the possibility of you dying to things just because you make a decision.
10 seconds remaining.
That's
So you're saying,
Yep. What's up?
you're saying, wait, when I play Ecclesian, for example,
Yep.
on let's just say the same exact site, I should probably throw like my traps or the goo mines, top freezer stairs, top main stairs, and then like probably like top, what is it, T1 stairs, just like so I can get those audio cues earlier before they push down to like the mid level of those things, and I could be notified when they're pushing from there.
So two things with this. One, in this example, in this map, if you're in the exact same situation, you shouldn't put laundry stairs because you can barricade it. So the reason you usually don't see a lot of utility there, like near the stairs or in laundry itself, like where the attackers, like the head glitch and stuff on the desk are in the machine. The reason you don't see a lot of utility in there is because you can barricade it off versus areas of the map like T1 where the closest barricade are the two doorways leading to T1, right? And also for freezer, the closest doorway is top of the freezer stairs that you can barricade. So, you know, having those three barricades, one top freezer stairs, and also the two T1 and big tower, you know, that audio is much less likely to be relayed to you just because it's further away, or it's much less likely for you to hear it. Versus laundry, which has three barricades, right? You have the top of the stairs, you have the bottom, and you also have the double door leading into sight, right? So you have much more stall in terms of them breaking the barricades, the attackers, and you also have the chance of you hearing it much more just because it's closer to the bomb site, right? So that's why you should place your two goos at the top or mid part of, well, for T1 you should put it at the top because you don't want something like an attacker walking down T1 stairs holding an angle on the pillar and then a teammate dies, right? You don't want that to happen just because you don't want that to happen, right? Like you don't want a teammate to die just because you make a simple mistake. So whenever you're putting barb there or a melusi, or not a melusi, but a barb or a goo, always put it at the top. So that way when they do want to take T1 stairs, if they ever do, you get that audio cue faster and earlier. So that way you can react off of it before they are able to swing into an angle. And for freezer, put it like near the bottom, like, and when I say bottom, that's pretty forgiving. So I mean like more towards the middle, max at the platform and max at the top of the stairs. Because the thing with staircases and goos, you can kind of use the lips of the actual steps themselves to
like hide them.
Yeah, hide them, conceal them, so to speak. See, like there, like you have nothing on T1 stairs, right? Like absolutely nothing. So, you know, you playing here is good, but are you playing here in the thought of that you don't have any goo or barb there?
I don't know. I think I'm just playing there just to play here.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think this game, like I was just like kind of just like, you know, like not in a good state of mind, like kind of like mad, I guess you'd say, like, man, like I'm playing kind of bad, like it's like whatever, like type of attitude. So I was like, I'm just gonna do something different. I've never done this before. This is like the first time I've ever just like thought like, oh, I'm just gonna play the tower stairs. I think I threw a goo here too, just to like the doorway and stuff.
So a couple things here. Firstly, that's why I was asking why you're playing here, is because I was assuming that you were playing here just to play here and not because you noticed that there was nothing T1 stairs.
Okay.
So make sure that you're recognizing stuff like that. Also, that is the third or fourth time you've mentioned kind of emotions and emotional investment, so to speak, into a game. You, as an individual, you need to detach your emotions from a video game. The only emotion that you should feel, or the only set of emotions that you should feel, are positive ones. Because at the end of the day, if you're not in a position like I am, where you play the game as a job, or you're not in the position of a pro league player, or just someone who this is their career, so to speak, or their job, then you should be getting fulfillment and enjoyment out of the game. That's the only thing you should worry about. Because once you start involving emotions, then you're defeating the whole purpose of you playing video games in the first place, is because you enjoy them and they're fun, right? Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Another thing with kind of your mindset and stuff like that, if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, you know, this, you said this was a rare occasion type thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're not feeling invested into a game or a round, or more specifically a game or a set of games or just a day, take a 5-10 minute break, 20-minute break, 30-hour, whatever it is. You know, go drink some water. Maybe eat a little bit if you haven't eaten today. Maybe you're lacking in calories. Your body's kind of running a little bit low on fuel. Also, an important thing that I would say 95 to comfortably 99% of me, and that's just a number that I'm kind of pushing. 99% of the community, like pro league players aside, because they understand this, but 99% of the people who play ranked only or just play this game outside of pro league don't understand how important their mindset is and their mentality. So one thing that you always need to keep in mind is that in order for you to be consistent in this game, your mind needs to be consistent, right?
Right.
Because everything starts from your mind, and also if your mentality isn't in check or proper that day, then everything else underneath that is ultimately going to suffer as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure that you kind of fall into a routine before you play. Like, I had a teammate who ate a cup of fucking yogurt before each game day. I'm not even kidding you. Like, he would just eat a cup of yogurt. And, yeah, like, just little stuff like that, like, preparing your mind for the task that you're about to endure, which is playing the game, is going to help a lot. Even doing little things, like eating a fucking cup of yogurt. Also, someone just walked down your T1 stairs. I know you can't hear the audio, but pick up on where your teammates are positioned. Actually, it could be the Jaeger, because I did see him close tower stairs just a moment ago, like pillar. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, so it was the Jaeger. Actually, I'm wrong.
I think someone does shoot at me though, like when I rotate back downstairs. Someone is here.
Yeah, because they opened the door. You can see the debris there.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep in mind, these are walls.
Actually, never mind. I was gonna say get your utility out, but
They're up here.
okay, so that's good. So now that you know that this is gonna be confusing. Okay, so now that you know that they know that now that you know that they know
That I'm there.
that you're there. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Getting your utility out is good now, because, you know, throwing a goo mine might reveal your position or the area that you're playing. But one thing that you're not doing is preparing your rotation ability. So currently you only have in reality 2 rotation abilities, which is downstairs or impacting the wall, right? So prepare your rotation ability, because if you know that they know that you're there, then you need to be ready and capable of making that escape. Because you don't want to be mid gunfight and you're like, oh fuck, like I need to go, because you're being pressured so hard, and then then you have to throw an impact mid gunfight, or run up the stairs and then throw the impact. Also, while doing that, you can also throw a goo into attic, so that way if they do end up rotating into attic, you are notified that they are there, right? Also, by doing this, it might bait out the attackers, in the sense of them hearing you impact or seeing an impact there and thinking that you rotated. So you know how when you were playing Jackal and you saw Oryx in attic and then he opened the hatch? That doesn't mean that he 100% left. There's still the possibility that he's up
bait
there.
me to think that I left.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's what it is.
Same
Okay.
logic applies here, right?
Okay.
Exact same logic applies with your impact into attic.
Yeah, watch out. Preacher.
It's behind you, yeah. I was just about to say, make sure that you're throwing your goose.
Be advised, you've located a bomb.
Freezer. Yeah.
Oof. It was not a good
Watch,
goo.
watch.
Yeah, it was
blue.
Freezer.
You need to be you need to try to put a goo on either pillar or e-box door, because those are two really important pieces of map control for the attackers. And since you are being since you're being given so much information about where they're pushing, which is, you know, bunker control by this point, you should know this. You know, and if they take bunker, they're going to want to take pillar, into e-box, into the hallway possibly, stuff like that, right?
Yo, Freezer. Okay, if you look right, half wall's Freezer, I blew a hole in there.
Just try to hold the angle. Don't go over there. Don't hold it close. Yeah.
You don't want to be holding this angle here, because now what you've done if someone does push freezer is you're trapped in a corner.
Okay.
Because your teammate's actively telling you hold close, and then once you walk into this corner, he says yeah. So, you know, don't put yourself in a worse situation just by not thinking.
Okay.
There's one above us.
Instead of quick peeking here, look at the freezer cam.
Op 4,
Don't make yourself look like an idiot. If you look at freezer cam, it should tell you that someone has either already taken freezer or
Yeah,
is
that was a
actively
headshot
taking it.
somehow.
Yeah, see, like, this is what I mean. I'm not sure if default cam was up, but if it, let's just say it wasn't, that tells you. And if it was, then you have active information on the guy pushing freezer, right?
Right.
By the way, is the stream looking good? Is it fine?
Yeah, it's looking fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I have, like, a little yellow, exclamation point. Which
We
will,
can go kitchen and dining, but I don't know. I think we have a better chance upstairs. Just I'm
You know the Fortnite kid that created the Fortnite blocks? Yo, that's the suck if I have barbed wire person. Place it down on the steps, bro. Place it down on the steps right now. Please. Move it. Oh wait, what the fuck? Okay, just put it on. Drop.
5 seconds left.
Big window.
Bomb location secure.
But oh yeah, no. Here's a better one. Put on default plan.
no, you should be putting it there, though.
Here's a better one. Put on.
I can see your teammate's, like, telling you where to put it.
But oh yeah, no.
You should probably be putting a big window, just because there's nothing there right now. But if you're gonna put it, like, for the cross, put it, again, like, this is what I mean by barbed wire, right? Like the choke points. So you don't want to put it closer to where the attackers are going to have cover, right?
Right.
Because that's not maximizing your barbed wire. Either put it on big window or put it somewhere like here. Because now what you're doing is either you're forcing them to walk through the barbed wire, and they either have to double back from the big window jump in where they came from, or they have to commit all the way, which then you can swing the rotate here. But instead of you putting it here, now they're closer to home base or home plate, so to speak, in terms of safety. Because now, you know, that barbed wire isn't making them go the full distance of being exposed while walking through the barbed wire. Because they walk halfway through it and then they're behind cover, right? And then you can't swing, rotate, and kill them. So make sure you're doing that, because barbed wire is super strong. A lot of people don't, like, understand how to use it. Okay, this is good here.
We should have boarded all this out.
Even you... Sorry. Even you, what you call it? Checking those cams, even though you didn't get anything out of
Why don't you
it,
open up hatch? They
it's
threw
much
grenades
better
last
than
time.
just not getting on them at all.
You can watch Hash from there.
And as a
You
Rooney,
can watch them go from underneath to protect them.
No,
you know,
they're
you don't
they're
really have to
using it.
do much because you have the mute for rotates. So, you know, you can afford getting on default
Okay,
cams
I'm good.
in the prep phase. Because, you know, if you think about where
Oh.
you want to put your utility
I
before the round
destroyed your
starts,
thing.
which is always something you should do on defense, as well as attack, understand what you want to do, how you want to do it, and when you want to do it. The 3 W's of this game. Alright? Does that make sense?
Alright. Yeah.
Apply that to every single round. Every single game. Over and over and over. That's actually a good video right there. The 3 W's in Rainbow Six Siege. I'm gonna have to make that soon.
I'm sure I'll watch it.
Yep.
I think I told him like, yo, it's like I think they were pushing attic, and I told him like, yo, I'm just gonna wall this off.
Evan, he reinforced the road.
Yeah, that's
thing-
fine. You did it a
Thing
little.
along those lines.
Yeah, you did it a little bit too early to my liking, but nonetheless, it was a good read. Because now you've effectively trapped your teammate in there for him to have to fight his right to stay into attic. Because he can't cross trophy angle anymore. That's a nice shot.
Thank you.
Nice. Just everybody stays chill. It's 5-3, and we need to win this because it's match point. They can win.
He's
You're
Attic.
hearing,
my
what
God,
are you
that's
hearing? Because, hold on, let me go back here a minute.
he's attic. Oh my
Someone
God, guys,
underneath.
my bad.
Yeah, I
They
want
don't
to.
start-
I want to say it was underneath as well, but someone. It sounded like someone was walking on grass.
Picks don't peek if you don't have.
You were
to, but
hearing
got
it
one
through
out,
the,
you can't hold an angle.
You need to make sure that you destroy the white
You can't
stuffed
hold
animal
it either,
too.
you get
The little
pre-fired.
turtle or whatever that
It's
is.
okay, don't matter.
But that guy sounded like he was walking on grass.
Replace that nitro.
Seconds, big time.
We got it.
15 seconds left.
I think he downed him, but he could be wrong.
You should be playing the door
I think
here,
he downed
yeah.
that guy, be careful.
Make sure that you're ADS though. See, this is what I mean by the extra steps. So if we go back here, if I play it frame by frame, let's see. So you swing ADS. Actually, you know, you did a little bit better of a job here, but you don't need to worry about this attic angle. I'm assuming that's why you're peeking this wide. As for attic, because you know you have the Wamai here again. Same thing with the rook playing attic last round in the ace. That rook is going to die before you're threatened by him, right? Until you see this Wamai go back in this corner and he is not exposed to the attic door is when you need to start worrying about it. Right? This is what I mean when I don't know if you watch my solo queue videos, but I say it from time to time. Like, you know, read teammates' body language. This is what I mean right here. Body language of where they're positioned, where they're looking, what you think they're going to peek, stuff like that. Until you see this Wamai go here, you don't need to worry about the attic door. Your main focus should be trophy, because you know this is also what I mean by crosshair placement as well. So now you're aiming hip level, right? Like your crosshair is probably somewhere around here. That's lining up with like maybe mid thigh hip level. Now you have to take your crosshair from here all the way to there. So this is what I mean by steps. These micro changes are really what is going to separate you from in terms of gun skill, especially in your elo when players don't focus on stuff like this. Mechanics wise or just aim wise, crosshair placement for lower elo players is the #1 thing that you guys should worry about. Alright, you should know last one's trophy.
Don't peek.
Damn.
Why are you going all the way back here?
Oh, I'm just kind of like, oh, he has to push us. Like, why am I peeking?
Yeah, but why not prepare yourself? Like, same thing here. Steps, right? You're making your job harder. Is the simplest way for me to put it. Because now, in order for you to refrag any 3 of your teammates, you then have to take more time and effort to walk closer to the door, right? Even playing like hard left of the door, reloading, and then swinging again, or preparing yourself for the swing is just better.
15 seconds left.
Or actually, okay, yeah. So I mean, you know, you step a significant significant distance away from the door, right?
It's an attack.
So make sure that you're not doing that, to put it simply.
I only have 2 people do.
But so far, do you have any questions? Anything like that?
No.
All
Oh
right.
man, I'm good.
All right, sweet.
How many down were we? 2? Let's go. Think they're downstairs? I could be wrong. Are they downstairs?
5 seconds.
Basement. Yes, they are.
The basement.
There's someone playing stairs.
Someone just opened the attic hatch, by the way. I don't know if you can pick up on this audio cue. I'm gonna change the screen real fast, just so you can hear the audio. But if we go back here, this is the Oryx most likely. I'm going to assume. I'll turn off the audio and then shut up.
There's someone playing stairs.
So you heard all 3 of those?
Mhm.
All 3 audio cues. So what did you hear?
I heard like the bailiff going off, I think, and then like the hatch popping, and then my teammate telling me.
Nope, not your
No?
teamate telling you the person dropping. You got the first 2
Oh.
right, which is really good. But
Yeah.
listen here.
There's someone playing stairs.
You hear that?
Nah, I think I gotta turn it up real quick. One
I'll
second.
turn it up as well for you.
There's someone playing stairs.
You hear that?
Yeah,
That
I
thud?
heard the drop now.
The thud?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So that automatically tells you that it's probably an Oryx or an alibi. I could be wrong, but just going off
Same color.
previous round information, just previous information
If
from
they're playing
the
towers,
other
you
round,
should
it's
not
probably
deal with it.
Oryx.
Wait until they rotate, because we'll take bottom. An old stair. I was just trying to give him a pick.
That was safe.
I don't know, what do we do? I ain't going main stair, to be honest.
One in tower.
My God, Billy, bro.
Main stair is clear, we could all rush down.
What the fuck? I tried swinging a dude that has 100 ping and he just. Okay.
We can rush main stair. There's got a peek hole right here, but that's it. We can plant the back of
I
A.
think I heard someone up bottom. Yeah, on stairs. Downstairs.
All right, so you hear the Oryx
They're up
above you.
top of main stair.
One audio kind of tip, so to speak, is do you ever struggle with like telling if someone's above you or below you?
Yes, all the time.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch the screen here again one more time just so you can hear it. One thing with audio is whenever you hear more bass and more weight into the footsteps, that is a clear indicator that someone is above you. If you hear more treble or mids, that means someone's below you, or not below you, but just not above you, so to speak, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So let's listen here.
Plant the back of
I
A.
think I heard someone up bottom. Yeah, on stairs.
So you hear those 3 or 4 footsteps?
They're up top
You
of
hear the weight in them?
Mhm.
That instantly tells you that he's above you.
main stair, yeah. Are you playing with us, pigs?
I'm dead, bro.
Oh,
I think
no.
me and like someone were trying to pinch this Ella. We like miserably failed.
One on freezer. Freezer.
What just happened?
You got a little greedy there.
Yeah.
As soon as you see her ping,
Oh no.
so like the thing with roam clearing, it's not about killing people. It's about getting map control, right? So as soon as you see her ping at the bottom of freezer stairs here, as soon as you see this, you should immediately look freezer stairs. Because now you're face checking angles that you don't know. But you know, you can just go back in the hallway in Z and look freezer stairs, right? and then hold the angle, leave a flank drone for your dead teammate or whatever.
One on freezer. Freezer.
Like, you saw her ping twice at the or sorry. Okay, so actually, now you see her ping. Sorry, excuse me. But you know, you still see the ping here, which is plenty of time from when you see it until
One on freezer. Freezer.
there, where, you know, you should recognize that.
What just happened?
Yeah, she went downstairs, down freezer.
Do this.
Hell.
For the diffuser.
Yep.
Again, you know, just to kind of reinforce this thing, even if you don't have any good flank cams, check them at
We
least.
all could have pushed
If you
downstairs.
If you have 10 cams
It's just a glitch.
and they're all outside, I want you to check all 10 cams to confirm that they're all outside. No matter what. Because there could be that one drone where it's looking directly at the enemy and nobody's on it in a 1v1, and your
Yeah, they have
teammate's
Thatcher or
face
some
checking
shit.
everything, and then he shows it back to the enemy and then he dies.
How are they getting the fucking... Oh, the grenades. I get an ADS over here. No, it has to be over here. Well, I guess that might work. It might throw it from under.
Popping the hatch.
Break the hatch for me, yeah. Thank you.
You must protect your bombs from being defused by Op 4.
Alright, there is two on there.
The rotate needs to be more vertical.
Oh, we did. He dropped.
What is your teammate doing? What is that mute doing?
I'm actually having trouble with it. I don't know if it's my internet. Like, it's not popping up on my screen right now anymore.
Oh, it hasn't been this whole time?
No, it literally like just went out.
Is it
So-
good now?
It says you've been disconnected.
Let me try this.
There you go. Much better.
Alright.
I can see her.
Your identity has been compromised.
Immediately move if you get jackal tracked. You never know when someone's below
I
you.
think I'm dead.
You can get floor
Yeah,
banked here.
careful.
You have been exposed.
Nice.
Not worth doing that.
Be advised.
Ew,
Op 4
Twitch.
has located a bomb.
I like the reposition here.
Oh, I'll be on the
Hey.
fucking. Twitch is fucking 2 bars, bottom white.
Alright. Alright.
Oh, yes.
Dude. What is he doing?
Bottom white.
Are you getting overwhelmed here?
I'm trying to think back in a moment. I don't really know. I think I'm just like, like I never really got like pushed back into like big window before.
I mean, not having a clear objective is a form of being overwhelmed, right? Can
yeah,
you agree?
okay. So yeah, I could agree. Yeah.
Like I see you like looking at kids a lot, and you know, you don't need to worry about kids until the attic guy dies or you hear someone repel in. Like, you have an audio cue and a teammate. That's the only two access points that they have besides crossing your line of sight. Because I saw you, if we just go back here 10 seconds, I saw you expose yourself to trophy door once, twice,
Dude.
3 times,
Bottom white.
We just have to hold.
right? 3 times where you expose yourself to trophy door, not even preparing yourself for the gunfight. That's pretty much like a death sentence. Like, the chances of you winning that gunfight are slim, to say the least. And also, you keep painting yourself into corners. You see this, right?
Yeah, I see that.
Like, don't die.
You keep painting yourself into corners, into angles where you have to fight yourself. You have to fight your way out of the enemy's angle in order for you to cross back to safety. And one more thing here, you keep like peeking, like you peeked I think like twice here. Yeah, so twice, 3 times, and then you committed. Just hold the angle, right? There's no reason for you to be peeking back and forth.
I think that dude though, that specific dude, the beat maker guy or whatever, he was like from France or something, and he had like insanely high ping, and he was like ping effing us the whole entire game. So
someone playing with higher ping is giving you more of an advantage than you or them.
I thought it was the other way around.
No, because latency wise, you know what ping, like, you know the whole purpose of ping, right? And like what it represents.
Yeah, it's latency, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's
Right.
it's how fast your client communicates with the server. So if you have 10 ms, which is milliseconds, right? If you have 10 ping, that's 10 milliseconds it takes for the information for your client to send to the server, and then for the server to send to your client, right? So it's communicating back and forth, and then the same thing for his server. So it's, you know, he's automatically at a disadvantage because it's his latency, his millisecond, his ms is higher. So it's going to take longer for his client to communicate with the server, and then communicate with his client, and communicate to everyone else's client from the server, right?
Right. Okay.
Like, don't die. I need you.
One is on kids rappel, one is bottom white stairs. He is now top white stairs. And one's in kids.
In kids.
I shot there.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Should be worrying about top white and trophy now.
Static. White, top white, top white.
Yep.
Left one top
So
white.
it's right
left
in the
one
last
top
two
white.
positions. And the reason I was assuming trophy top white is because one, the kids guy died. So that's the only person you only ever heard one person get on kids. Two, you know that the guy is white stairs, so you know you have 100% accurate information on that guy. Also, your teammate just died to him, and he's giving callouts actively. And three, you didn't hear a second person get on kids rappel. So process of elimination. If you don't hear 2 people white stairs, and you didn't hear a second person get on kids rappel, then that tells you that it's most likely trophy, and then it is 100% white. Does that make sense?
That's one white.
Yeah.
Last one's white, 2 bars.
What ain't on white stairs?
You're moving way too much, by the way. You're hurting yourself more than helping by moving, especially when you're in set up barbed wire.
You went under.
Expires in 10 seconds.
The fuck?
We got the round.
5
Coming
seconds.
up, white, hold white, hold white.
Yeah, round win. But does that all make sense?
You get them up.
Yeah, that made sense.
Okay.
Set up. We might be able to.
Seconds before
You're bad, Dylan. Right? Yeah, I don't know why.
5 seconds.
But you're bad, Dylan, man. And Devin, fuck you.
You must locate and defuse a bomb.
You did better in the higher ranks, but
Hey.
I'm trying to
What do you
listen
mean,
to see if you hear
this
Mozzie's
is
guns or not.
10 seconds before insertion.
I'm sorry, you died.
I don't think you do.
And
I mean,
Devin, fuck
you know,
you.
like, Twitch drone, right? Save it. Just save it. I don't think I need to say much more than that.
Where's the bomb?
Unless you're trying to go for like early util, like a maestro cam or a couple
Six
ADSs or something like that, and you know for sure that you can get it. That's a complete understandable
Alright, what are we
reason
doing?
for using your Twitch drone on that, because even if it does get shot, you get a maestro cam that's huge. That sucks. Also, like ADSs and stuff. Let's go back here, because this glass was
alright, what are we
broke.
doing?
I didn't hear him. If he said something.
You just heard the barricade break, by the way.
Okay.
Make sure you listen to that.
Alright, what are we doing?
Basement?
So if you hear a barricade break and it's not one of your teammates, by you actively asking, hey, did you guys just break a barricade? Then it's process of elimination, right?
Yeah.
I know I keep saying this, but it applies to a lot of aspects in this game. Like a lot. So just make sure you're picking up on that. Because I believe, yep, the glass is broke on the window. Yeah, so the glass is already broke on the window. Let me just confirm this. I want to make sure 100%. Because if the glass wasn't broke, then yeah, so the glass is broke. So yeah, you know exactly where that guy is at just from the barricade breaking. Because the glass is broke, and you already know that glass sound propagation barrier, stuff like that. So I don't need to explain that to you. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming this is.
I love how I have. I love how I have two teammates right there who like do nothing and like they know it.
What
I
your,
did.
your teammates?
Yeah, there was like one like repelled.
I mean,
Literally right away.
yeah, but nonetheless, like even then, like it's you still have all of the tools and information to your advantage of knowing that he's there, right? Just off audio, and also previous round information, right? So yeah, you can chalk it up to your teammates, but that's more or less you making an excuse for you making a mistake, right?
I guess. Yeah.
No, it's not an I guess. I mean, it is.
Okay.
You need to be truthful with yourself if you want to improve, my man. It's very important that you do.
Yeah.
Is that him?
Just take mistakes on the chin. It's the best way to take them.
Yeah.
Because if you cushion the blow, then it's gonna make it easier for yourself to forget about things like that, right? Just because you're cushioning it, and it won't imprint or burn into your memory.
Window. What are we doing?
Have you guys at stairs.
I like to see that you're getting on cams here, though. Always make sure that you're getting this habit.
Twitch, are you gonna watch that drone? Twitch. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see that.
No, we're lagging.
Yeah, I just like to.
That ace was hitting the moonwalk.
I know.
He's looking good. Tell your team, tell your ace he doesn't need to worry about this.
Hold on, Pig, I'm gonna check that other side for the peak.
He's clearly clueless. This is a wasted drone here.
Using it, but not. There's one behind bunk.
If your mic still is bugged for like the future, whoever you're queued with, just have them relay info.
Okay.
I didn't get him.
Especially if you guys are trying to talk in game. I'm not too sure what caused that issue though. The mic bug.
Yes, we all.
Okay, so here, when your ace is kind of walking down tower stairs, I should have mentioned this earlier. So when this ace is walking down the stairs, right? If he's not taking a gun from here, and then once he reaches like green door area, you have nothing else to worry about, right? For a few moments. So make sure that you're checking other flank cams. Because now this ace is a piece of information even if he does die. Because that'll tell you that someone is in this area, like green hall or in meeting or in kitchen. And obviously you can't give that info because you can't see it on this drone. So for a moment or two, once this ace like peeks this double door here, then you can check other flank cams because you can afford to.
Oh.
And that applies to watching any cam in this game. If a teammate walks into an area where you can't see, he is a piece of information or a beacon of piece of information. So that way, you can still get information in that area without watching the flank drone. And then once he does his job, if this ace doesn't get injured and die here, then you get back on the flank drone.
Yes, we all.
Did you push out of there?
I'm inside. He's still behind it. He's still behind. Dead.
Okay, so you recognize that there, which is nice. But yeah, you don't have much other information to give.
Am I able to get in?
Let me see this. Still 4 drones.
Kids now.
No, I should have peeked. I fucked up, guys.
Alright, yeah. Okay. Alright. Think here. Okay, so Mechanics-wise, pre-aim, your aim is fine, but if you can minimize those steps of the point of seeing someone and the point of killing them, if you can minimize those steps, it'll help you kill people faster and also get you more kills, right?
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so I want to say situational awareness, but I don't mean situational awareness. I mean decision making under situations is what I mean. So, like, for example, and I know this is probably going to be hard for you just because you're an inexperienced player, which is completely fine and natural. But like when you were playing Kid's Door right near the my generator, and then you wide swung to peek the guy attic, that's what I mean by decision making under situations. So that you understand now that there's no reason for you to peek that guy, right?
Yeah.
I went over so much stuff, I forgot what we were talking about. Like, what are like some key points here?
Probably like moving too much is like what I got from this too.
Oh yeah, moving as well. Revealing your position. Also, kind of. Whenever you peek something, I notice it a lot between you quick peeking and also like, you fighting the Twitch top white stairs. When you are trying to play an angle, you need to own the angle, right? Because you're putting yourself at a disadvantage of peeking from cover into cover, or sorry, peeking from cover into an angle, because now you have to, micro adjust your crosshair. You have to, also reestablish the angle, right? Instead of just holding the angle, you have to reestablish it and find the angle that you want to peek. So whenever you're trying to peek something and you can hold an angle on it, hold an angle on it. Of course, if it's appropriate for the situation. So again, the best example that I can give that I can remember is the Twitch top white stairs. You went in and out of cover like 2 or 3 times, which was not good, to put it simply. Also kind of much more broad, but process of elimination, I mentioned it probably close to 10 times throughout the entire VOD. Just gathering other information from callouts or audio cues is a great benefit for you, because the macie killing you twice, even if you didn't get the audio cue of the barricade breaking that you didn't pick up on ultimately, but you still died to a macie there as well. So just check it, right?
Never died of the same thing twice.
Exactly. There's one more thing I wanted to say, but I forget. But yeah, I mean, does that make sense to you though?
Yeah,
It's kind
makes a lot
of
of sense, man.
okay. All right, I just want to make sure. Do you have any questions or anything like that? It could be about anything, really.
I don't know. No, I think that's good, man.
Okay.